Check out carmarshal.com. The link is in the description. They help support us.
Man arrested on 6 charges 4 days after publicly criticizing Etowah County Sheriff. Updated February 27, posted February 27. By Connor Sheets. See Sheets at al.com. A 20-year-old man was arrested last week and charged with drug trafficking 4 days after al.com published comments he made criticizing Etowah County Sheriff Todd Entrikin. Matthew Qualls questioned why Entrikin paid him to mow the lawn at his personal home in 2015 using taxpayer funds allocated for the feeding of inmates in the county jail. Entrikin confirmed that he personally pocketed some of the funds. As of Tuesday morning, Qualls faced 6 charges and was being held on $55,000 bail in the Etowah County Jail, which Entrikin oversees. Qualls had not been arrested before, according to state records. Police say the arrest began with an anonymous tip. Officers with the Rainbow City Police Department and the Etowah County Drug Enforcement Unit arrested Qualls on February 22 after responding to an anonymous call reporting the odor of marijuana emanating from within a Rainbow City apartment, according to the police report. The Drug Enforcement Unit, which is a team of agents assigned from the Sheriff's Office and other agencies, accompanied the Rainbow City police officers to the apartment because they were responding to a drug-related call. The officers knocked on the door, and when one of Qualls' friends opened it, the officers could smell marijuana and saw a small quantity of the drug sitting out in the open inside the apartment, according to the arrest report. They added that Qualls was cooperative throughout the entire process. Officers arrested Qualls after they allegedly found 1,042 grams of cannabis in his possession inside the apartment, according to an arrest warrant signed by Entrikin. Rainbow City Police Captain John Bryant said that his department only charged Qualls with second-degree marijuana possession, possessing drug paraphernalia, and felony possession of a controlled substance, namely a few Adderall pills that were not prescribed to him. But records on the Etowah County Sheriff's Office website show that Entrikin's office charged Qualls with 3 additional crimes, another paraphernalia charge, another felony possession of a controlled substance charge, and felony drug trafficking. Penalties for drug trafficking are extremely steep in Alabama, where people have been imprisoned for life for the crime. Etowah County Sheriff Todd Entrikin says he personally keeps any money allocated to feed inmates at the county's jail, pictured here, that does not end up being used for that purpose. Eric Schultz Schultz at al.com. The sheriff's office chose to bring the additional charges despite the fact that spokeswoman Natalie Barton said via email Monday that the case against Qualls belongs to and was initiated by the Rainbow City Police Department, and the Etowah County Sheriff's Office did not have any involvement in the arrest of Mr. Qualls. The police report states that the officers did not in fact find 1,042 grams, or just under 2.3 pounds of marijuana buds or leaves, an amount only slightly above the 2.2 pound threshold that elevates possession to trafficking. According to the report, they only found a few grams of actual intact, smokable marijuana, but they also found a large container of cannabis-infused butter, which Qualls and his friends were allegedly making when the police arrived at the door. Qualls told police they made the infused butter by putting 14 grams of pot and 5 cups of butter into an appliance called a magic butter machine, which police also seized from the apartment. Bryant said that the Rainbow City Police Department does not consider the entire weight of something like marijuana butter a drug for purposes of calculating whether a suspect should be charged with trafficking. "Our guys just charged him with possession," Bryant said Monday. "You wouldn't add the butter with that. It should be just the amount of marijuana. You can't add the butter, it would just be the marijuana alone." Phil Sims, deputy commander of the Etowah County Drug Enforcement Unit, said Monday that the unit has a different take. "Once that marijuana was mixed with the butter, then the whole butter becomes marijuana, and that's what we weighed," Sims said. Qualls could not be reached for comment because he remained incarcerated, but his mother declined to comment when reached by phone Monday. His attorney, Sam Bone, did not respond to a request for comment. It is unclear whether Qualls lived in the Rainbow City apartment. He said in a phone interview earlier this month before his arrest that he lived in Gadsden and his address is listed on the 3 warrants Entrikin signed for his arrest last week as being in the Cherokee County town of Center. On February 18, AL.com published a story about how some Alabama sheriffs pocket tens of thousands of dollars worth of public funds that were allocated by federal, state and municipal governments to feed county jail inmates. They argue that the practice is legal because of a decades-old law that they interpret as saying they can keep any money for inmate feeding that they do not spend on food. The practice has been a point of controversy for years, but new information has surfaced since January 5, when 2 legal advocacy groups filed a lawsuit against 49 Alabama sheriffs over their refusal to provide records of how they spend the money allocated to feed the inmates in their jails. The story quoted remarks Qualls made during an interview with AL.com earlier this month about his first-hand experiences with Entrikin. He said that for several months in 2015, the sheriff paid him $10 an hour to mow his and his parents' Hoax Bluff lawns. What piqued his interest was the fact that the checks he received from Entrikin were printed with the words Sheriff Todd Entrikin Food Provision Account in the upper left corner. I saw that in the corner of the checks it said Food Provision, and a couple people I knew came through the jail, and they say they got meat maybe once a month and every other day it was just beans and vegetables, Qualls said at the time. I put 2 and 2 together and realized that that money could have gone towards some meat or something. AL.com has reviewed a photograph of one of the checks, and Entrikin confirmed earlier this month that he does have an account that says Food Provision on it. But he declined to say how much money has been deposited in the account over the years or what he uses the funds for. The sheriffs are being sued statewide about how this money is being used. I'm not commenting on that because there's a lawsuit pending.
County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, you know, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. You know, 47,000 of you so far right now. You know, $1 a day. I mean, $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.